So this is the view from our house. It's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. So we're coming up at the end of our 6-month lease and we have to decide whether we're gonna renew or find a new place. And overall, the place has been pretty great, but this is one of those like grass is always greener on the other side situations. We wanna see what it's like to live in a house. And it just so happens to be that right across the street is the richest and nicest neighborhood here in Danang. Now, when I say rich, some of you guys are thinking, I mean rich for Vietnam. No, I'm talking about global rich. I'm talking about billionaires. Obviously, we're not billionaires, so we're not gonna be living in one of these like multi-million-dollar houses, but there's kind of a range here. Like, you see the townhouses here at the edge? These ones, last I checked, are going for about $500,000 to $1 million each. And then when you go inside, these right here are kind of like 3 to 5 bedroom houses. These are what I would consider mansions. That's like the entry-level mansion. But when you start going over here, you can see there's a lot under construction. This one right here is listed on the market for $8 million. These ones, they don't look so big from up here, but they're probably like 5,000 to 7,000 square feet for these houses. Look at all these rooftop pools. And when you start getting into like the really, really expensive ones, you see that one over there? It's legit like 50,000 square feet. I don't even know if you can call it a house anymore. It's like an institution. So we were supposed to tour 4 different houses today in Eurovilla, but it turns out one of them is already rented out. 2 of them are undergoing renovations. So there's only one that we can tour, but let's go check it out and see if it's something that we might want to live in. Now, before we head over, I want to give you guys a huge shout out. Everyone who's subbed to the channel, liked the videos, and even just viewed the videos, which is literally every single one of you here right now. Today's a special day because today we have our first ever sponsor to the channel. That's right, this video is sponsored by Awesome. Huge shout out to them. We're gonna talk more about them later, but first, let's go across the street and check out this house. Oh man, I should have worn more sunscreen today. Well, this is a spot. It's called Eurovilla and it's by Sun Group. Now the interesting thing about Sun Group, this is the same Sun Group that made Sun World Bana Hills, right? The hand bridge thing. They made the Ferris wheel thing that's across the river. So it's this massive conglomerate that does a lot of stuff, and apparently they make luxury neighborhoods as well. All right, we gotta cross the street without dying. When it's busy like this, you can't wait for an opening. You just gotta force your way in. Let's do it. We're going for it. Viditis is evidence. Oh, going the wrong way, dude. And we are safe. So when we say gated community, we put, we mean gated community with like quotations, because it looks like there used to be a gate here, but no longer. I mean, first thing you gotta notice about this place is the roads are huge. This is a 1-lane, one-way, and there's another one right there divided by the median. This one-way road is as big as the main road over there. Like, seriously, and it's just for this private neighborhood. Like, look at this house under construction. Do you guys see this thing? Do you guys see how big this house is? So when we first moved here, we considered living in this neighborhood, but when we toured it, we saw so many of these empty lots and they were all overgrown. This one has a little bit of trash on it, but when we were driving around, it was like half the lots were just like piles and piles of trash. It was super overgrown, and we thought, wow, this does not seem nice at all. But over the last 6 months, they've done so much development. So many of these houses have completed, and you can see these are all completed, but no one's living in them yet. And they all look really, really nice. I got about 15 minutes before my first appointment, so let's walk around a little bit and look at some more of these houses. I mean, you guys can hear the construction. There's multiple construction sites. This one's unfinished here. You can also tell when there's a lot of motorbikes. It means that the house is under construction. Because if you look at the rest of the place, there's no motorbikes anywhere. These people are rich, so they have cars. And when I say cars, you see Porsches here, you see BMWs, Audis, but these are all construction worker bikes. Look at this house. This is like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house. Looks like this one's almost done. This one is gonna be a mega mansion here. This one's under construction too, but check this one out. It's like a completely modern all glass mansion. This is huge. This one's gotta be like 40,000 square feet. I hope you can get the scale of this on camera. It's really, really big. You have 3 stories plus probably a basement here. This is the house right here that's listed for 8 million. 8 million, I'm talking about US freedom dollars, right? Not 8 million dom, I'm talking about 8 million USD. Now, of course, just because a house is listed for 8 million doesn't mean it's gonna sell for 1 million, but that's what the asking price is on this house. I have noticed that the Vietnamese real estate market has very, very inflated prices. This is a haggling culture here. So people will usually list their prices for like double, triple what they think they're actually going to sell for. So it's really hard to gauge what houses or anything actually costs. For example, I did notice that one of these plots of land, I mean, we're right by the river, but one of these plots of land was listed for $8 million as well. A tiny plot of land. I think it was like a 2,500 square foot plot of land, like really small. But this is one of the major appeals of this neighborhood. It's right on the river. Like, how nice is this? This is all private. You can see it's completely empty. Gotta keep an eye on the time here. Wow, look how beautiful this is. You're right on the river. You have the Trantilly Bridge here. And then if you look on this side, get a perfect view of the Dragon Bridge, Khao Rong, on this side. Another thing that's really unique is almost any place on the Soncha Peninsula, there's a major road between you and the water. This is one of the only places where the major road actually goes around it this way and then along the water. So it's along the water this way, around your villa, and then along the water this way. So this is one of the only places you can live where you can actually be right on the water without having to cross a busy street. You guys saw that busy street that I crossed and almost died on? I have to cross that every single day if I want to get to the Riverside. Not a big deal, but if you're paying millions and millions of dollars for houses, you want to be right on the river. So all of these are plots that are still for sale. Actually, I don't know if they're all for sale. I saw one listed for 8 million, but you can see that, you know, there's houses over there that are all getting constructed, and then these are all empty. Obviously, these are right on the river, so they're going to charge a premium. But I found that by premium, these are like 10 times as expensive as the plots 1 block away. So it makes sense that all of these are taken and houses are built, and nobody wants to take one of these. I think they're hoping that some American, Chinese, or Russian billionaire will just come in here and be like, I have unlimited money, let me spend $10 million on a tiny plot of land. I think that's what they're holding off for, because it makes no sense that one of these is 10 times as expensive as one of those. Now this guy over here does not care at all. We're gonna take a closer look at this house after our house tour, but this is like an institution. At first, when I saw it, I didn't think it was a house. I thought it was maybe like a shared space, like a clubhouse for everybody that lives in this neighborhood, but it actually is a single family house. Now, maybe a 50-person single family house, but it is a single family house. I really think people underestimate Vietnam when it comes to wealth. Again, this is not just like Vietnam wealth, this is global wealth. And the only way that you can get to this kind of level is entrepreneurship. You guys know I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and I always preach entrepreneurship. I think it's honestly the best way to live as a digital nomad is to be an entrepreneur. And that's why it was such a natural partnership to partner with Awesome. Guys, I know this is an ad read. I've never done an ad read before, so this is a little awkward for me, but I think this is actually really valuable information, so don't skip this part. Starting a business remotely in Hong Kong, Singapore, or the UK has never been easier with Awesome. Whether you're a digital nomad or an entrepreneur on the go, Awesome makes incorporation in these tax-friendly regions hassle-free and completely paperless, so you can manage everything online from anywhere in the world. Let Awesome handle your financial admin, taxes, bookkeeping, and accounting while you focus on growing your business. With Osem's easy-to-use platform, you can track your cash flow in real time, stay on top of invoices, and manage all your business finances in one place. No need for multiple apps or tools. Join over 15,000 small business owners who trust Osem to help them run their business smoothly. Incorporating in Hong Kong or Singapore? Click the link in the description for 16% off any Osem service and start your business journey today. Incorporating in the UK? Plans start from as little as £28 in your first month. Get started today with Osem and simplify your business operations. Guys, as an entrepreneur, you have a lot of things that I call chores. It's the BS that you don't want to do and you want to get back to building and you want to be creative. I'm a big fan of focusing on the things that you love and you're good at and outsourcing the things that you don't want to take care of. And Osem can do that for you. Once again, huge shout out to Osem for sponsoring this video and a huge shout out to you guys. You guys are the reason why we can get sponsored for this video. Let's keep walking. Okay, I'm gonna head back over to where our house tour is. Now again, the house that we're touring is not one of these mansions. If you go to Beverly Hills in LA, the cheaper houses in Beverly Hills are about the same price as the rest of LA, right? Just because you live in Beverly Hills doesn't mean that like you're a super rich millionaire, billionaire. It's just that the upper end of Beverly Hills gets really, really expensive. And it's the same with this neighborhood. If you look at the lower end houses, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. But they're comparable to some of the nicer houses outside of this neighborhood. It's just that when you get to these massive upper end of things, we're talking millions and millions of dollars. Is it this street? I think it's this street. Jeez, look at these houses. Even the smaller ones are really nice. Like these aren't, I mean, depends who you ask. I still consider these like mansions, but these are probably like 2,000 square feet. 2,000 to 3,000 square feet, but these are super nice. All right, where am I? Wow, look at this, so pretty. This is a huge one under construction. These guys are working hard. Job on. Hugh? This is a house right here. It's a lot nicer than I thought it was gonna be. Here you go.
Please. The house is empty for 1 week, so it's a bit messy outside, but they will clean everything.
Is it under construction still?
No.
Oh, it's finished?
But this one is not a brand new house.
Oh, it's not a brand new house.
Yes.
Okay, somebody left 1 week ago?
Yes.
Okay.
There's another
Decent
one,
side yard?
Yeah. There's another one with 1 floor is building, but now they stop it. They don't want to rent it anymore. So.
Oh, they're not gonna rent it?
Yeah, the one with 1 floor only.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so they stop it.
Okay. They're not gonna rent for sure?
I'm really not
Maybe.
sure, yeah.
That's the one that we wanted because
Yeah,
we want
I
1
know.
floor.
I try to.
Okay. Take your shoes off.
Yeah. I try to ask them if I can show you the house, but they don't respond.
Oh, it's interesting decor. It does feel kind of old, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of wood. Oh, somebody peed on that couch. Somebody pee? Maybe.
Something dropped on it. They will clean anyway.
I wouldn't touch that. It's interesting. So it's the living room. This is a 3-bedroom, is that right? So first best. Actually, it's pretty clean for. I think it's just the aesthetic. They were going for kind of the wood aesthetic. So it's not that it's like old and disheveled. But this is a very clean bathroom. Got kind of like the downstairs area here. Just outside. Oh, the outdoor kitchen. Oh, it's actually pretty nice. Oh, so it opens up to both streets. How much is this?
This one 45 million.
45 million? Okay. And how long do you have to rent it?
They want 1 year contract.
1 year contract?
1 month deposit and 6 months pay upfront.
6 months, 6 months?
Yes.
Would they be open to a 6 month contract? Maybe?
No, I tried.
I try, okay.
There's a few customers want.
So the kitchen is separate from the living room, which is not ideal, but it is a big kitchen. A little outdated, but it's a big kitchen. It does have an oven, Japan quality. A huge kitchen table. Wow, actually a lot of natural light. This is one bedroom. Oh wow, this is nice. It's a nice balcony. Built-ins for closets. A full bathroom here. I wish I had a wide angle so you guys can see. And we have a semi-wet room style, which is pretty chill. Okay. It's 3 bedrooms? 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom?
Yes.
Wow, this is what's the great thing is you get a lot of natural light. This is nicer than I thought it was going to be. I came in a little skeptical. This is a huge bedroom. This is a huge bedroom. Getting a lot of natural light. We were worried about this neighborhood. A lot of the houses are just like wall to wall to wall, like townhouse style. So we thought that maybe it would be really dark. And all the mattresses will be put in before? Okay, thank you. Wow, I wonder if that's the primary bedroom. It's really big, but it's not on top floor. Oh, this is a nice shower. Wow, huge walk-in shower with a lot of light. Oh, I love a shower with light. Our current shower kind of looks like a dungeon. It's like super dim, and also the lights inside are super dim as well. The two houses that are under construction, you said there's 2 that are renovation?
There's one.
There's one that's, oh, one's renovation?
It's leaking and moldy all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't want to show you that house right now.
Okay.
Maybe after they fix and I will see the condition again.
So this is kind of a bedroom? I guess this could be an office. So
Yeah,
it's a small room here.
Yeah.
Wow, this would be a great office though, because you have light. You have this balcony. Let's go check outside. Got the Vietnamese flag, you need that. I am impressed, I'm not gonna lie. Actually really impressed. Yeah, great light. Again, light coming from every direction. Oh, it's a closet. I guess this could be kind of like storage. It's a closet without any built-ins or racks or anything like that. But this can be a storage closet. Or Nala's room. And then another balcony on this side. I don't have to go outside, but you guys can get a gauge. So that's what I'm talking about. You see all these townhouses that are just wall to wall to wall to wall, where you get like almost no natural sunlight. I was worried it was gonna be one of those. So it's 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, we call
right?
it 3 bedroom if you
Plus office.
The bed here, but yeah, actually it's 2 bedrooms.
Okay, 2 bedrooms. This is the main bedroom. Huge master bedroom.
How many people will stay with you?
2 people.
You and your partner?
My wife, yeah.
Your wife?
Yeah.
So I think actually this sound only need one master room and one for guests and
one for guests and one office, yeah.
You want to move out?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't like taking the elevator up and down.
Right.
Because we live on the 30th floor. So the elevator takes a long time every day.
And too many people.
Too many people, yeah. So I want to park my scooter in my house, and I want to go in and out easily. And then I want a yard too. Ooh, look, lucky snail. Got a lucky snail here. Cool. I mean, I wish the kitchen was connected to the bedroom, or not the bedroom, the living room. So the living room and the kitchen are actually very separated. If you cook anything.
AC on the living room and this one can close.
Oh, okay. Cool. So this closes and you could have the living room kind of completely separate. Awesome. Let's take another look at the outside area because I kind of ran by it really quickly. Let's step outside real quick. I am worried about mosquitoes. Is there a lot of mosquitoes in this area? You can't do anything about it, right? So you do have the little grass area here. That'd be great for Nala. I gotta ask about Nala. And then this is what I really wanted. I want to be able to actually park my scooter right here and just hop from the house to the scooter, to the cafe, back here. I know it's a little thing, but it's a big thing for me. And then you're surrounded by trees. Okay, I'm impressed. So do you know how soon we would have to move in? Because we still have time on our lease.
Yeah.
Our lease ends, I think, like 1 more month, and then we might go abroad for a little bit.
Yeah.
So if we're looking for a place, we're probably looking for like end of December.
Actually, the landlord wants someone moving straight, but maybe I can deal with the landlord to empty the house for 20 or maybe 1 month.
Okay, because it takes time to clean and everything.
Actually,
right?
it just takes 2 or 3 days.
2 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we have to wait because we have to wait a little bit. So maybe does it? Do new houses go for rent pretty often?
No, not really. Not many houses here for rent. So
Yeah. But if we wait 1 month, 2 months, do you think maybe new
not
houses?
Sure. I'm really
not sure.
Yeah.
We never
If
know.
New house. I
Okay.
think that someone will rent it immediately.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you know if they allow dogs?
Yes, this one.
Dog
this
is
one
okay.
allowed dog, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And then nothing else we can see, right?
Right now, no.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
If another house is available for rent, can
Yes.
you let me know
Yeah,
on
I will,
message?
I
And
will,
then
I
I
will.
live across the street, so I can just come quickly and see.
Okay, I will keep you in touch. with
Okay.
any new
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, it seems kind of perfect. What do you guys think? Here's another thing. Listen. Aside from the neighbor who's doing karaoke right now, do you guys notice how quiet it is? Except for the rooster, too. There's a rooster right here. Oh my gosh, is that gonna be annoying or is that gonna be actually like a free alarm clock? These guys have a huge yard. I feel like they bought 2 plots of land. That rooster is so loud. I can see it from here. I think they bought 2 plots of land, turned 1 into their backyard, and then 1 into their house. I don't want to, you know, go into their business too much, but look how big this backyard is. They have a pool as well, and the rooster out there. But aside from that rooster, we are literally 1 block from one of the busiest streets. Oh, it's a cat. Geez, that rooster needs to. It's 11 o'clock. The sun rose like 5 hours ago. You need to calm down. We are literally 1 block away from one of the busiest streets in Danang, and it's pretty quiet. Like, it's really quiet. The sound is insulated because you have a wall of townhouses. That's the first row. The townhouses, like, you can see some of them on this side too. So these townhouses here, there's a wall here, and then a block on that side, there's another wall of townhouses that kind of insulate the houses from the street. So the townhouses go for a lot less. I'm gonna walk away from here because the rooster is going crazy. You guys can probably hear all of that. But as I was saying, the townhouses will go for a lot less. So that house that we just saw, it's going for about $1,700, $1,800 US dollars, 45 million VND. The townhouses go for like, I've seen them for like $700, maybe even less, maybe $600. So it's not too bad. They are narrow and vertical, so you'll have like 1,000 square feet or less, like 700 square feet across like 3 floors. So it is a little annoying going like up and down. But for the most part, I think it's a pretty good value. Now the downside, of course, is that you are going to be facing the street noise. So that's going to be a little bit annoying. Let's walk around a little bit more, check out some more of these amazing houses, and get another feel for the neighborhood. Let me text Kim real quick. The house is actually pretty awesome. Again, look how wide these roads are. It's crazy. Everybody here has a car, as I mentioned before. Look at these yards. Wow. And then look at this one right here. This one is just like a straight up mansion. The funny thing is that sidewalks aren't really meant for walking in Vietnam. They're kind of meant for people to put their plants. And people will get like the biggest planters you'll ever see that cover the entire sidewalk. And they'll just block off the sidewalks. So even if you live somewhere here with huge sidewalks, it just means people will get bigger planters. So you gotta walk in the street. Wow, I haven't seen this house before. A Volvo, these guys got money. Let's see if I can get a better look. I hear noise. I think this one's under construction as well. Wow. This one is not just big, but this is beautiful. The architecture here. See kind of like the cascading plants on the side. Oh, they have a rooftop with trees up there. Gosh. People like this, they're too rich to rent out their house. They'd rather have it sitting empty than have some degenerates like me stay there no matter how much I'm willing to pay. You know, another really funny but awesome thing about Vietnam, you see these plots of land where they're growing veggies and they have like a kid's play place there. You would think that somebody bought this plot of land, but actually what happens is the people that are living here, they'll just find a plot of land that's being unused and then they'll just like commandeer it and use it. And it's kind of expected, so the owner of this plot of land isn't like, get off my lawn. They're just kind of like, they're usually friends. Everybody in the neighborhood knows each other. So these people are probably like, yeah, we bought this land, but we're not going to use it. We're just like holding onto it as an investment. And then these people will just use it as like a kid's play place. And whenever the owner of this land comes and wants to build a house, they'll just, you know, take this all away. So they kind of share a lot, right? In America, that's even unheard of. If you own a piece of land and somebody else is using it, even if you're not using it, you're gonna go crazy on them. So as we go around this neighborhood, you'll see more and more of these things. You'll see gardens, you'll see like play places, you'll see like hangout areas. You'll see them all over. I'll point them all out. But these are not owned by the people that are using it. They're owned by like investors or whatever. But, oh, there's one right there. See, that one's like a greenhouse. It's like a full-on garden. So it's probably being used by the house next to it, or sometimes you'll have like a group of people. So you'll have like 4 or 5 houses that share a plot of land and grow veggies or whatever. It's like a community garden. I think that's so cool. So all of these guys are gonna have their view blocked. What a beautiful view. These are all plots as well for houses. So once these houses get built up, these guys are gonna have their view blocked. I think it's gonna take a while though. As I mentioned, these I think are super, super overpriced. Like we're talking about multi-million dollars just for land, not even built. Let's go do a quick walk by this mega mansion. I mean, these guys don't even have to cross the street to go to the water. They're right here. I think they might be the only house on this side of the street. Maybe there's one more down there, we'll see. But oh my goodness. I sound like a broken record, but I say this over and over again. I hope you can capture the scale of this place. They do have security cameras everywhere, so if somebody jumps out of here and snatches my camera away from me, then I deserve it. But yeah, you got 1, 2, 3. You got 3 floors and a rooftop. Most likely they probably also have a basement as well. But look how big this is. They've got outdoor space. Feels like an apartment complex. Insane. Insane. Is that a pool? Oh, that's an infinity edge pool. I'm gonna guess there's no one living in here right now because the infinity edge pool isn't cascading. But that's an infinity edge pool right here, this whole section. Jeez. Oh, so there are plots of land here, but no one's bought them. This corner plot has to be like the #1 prime location of this entire neighborhood. So I'm guessing that it's sold for like 15 million and this person is like a multi-billionaire and they don't care how much it costs. They're just like, in this neighborhood, which is probably gonna only become more and more popular as Danang is getting popular, like I want the #1 spot, and just paid 15 million. And nobody else was willing to pay that amount, except for maybe that guy. Probably not 15 million. Probably this one was like double all of these other ones. Maybe that guy paid like 5 million. I think that's 2 houses though. Oh, I gotta point this out. This is a private marina. Is it called a marina? A dock? A docking area? So these boats, I think, are owned by people that live here. And if you live here and you own a boat, because you know you have a $10 million house, why not also own a boat? Then you can use this place and it's completely private. I don't know what the like boating rules are here, but I always see like random wooden fisher boats just like in this river. I don't know how to describe it. So I don't know if there's any like port rules I kind of like joke that if we live here, I'm gonna get a jet ski and I'm gonna park my jet ski right here. Of course, it's gonna get destroyed every time it storms, but I'm gonna park my jet ski right here, and then I can actually take this river, and we can go to Kim's family's house, which is in 10K all the way over there. But it'll be like a 3-minute commute. That would be fun. I'm joking, by the way. I'm not gonna. I'm like half joking. I would want to. That would be sick. So speaking of community plots, you guys see on that side, that's being used as well. Looks like another vegetable garden. Oh, there are 2 houses. Maybe these guys got like a discount because their plot is kind of like a awkward polygon shape, but probably still paid a ton of money for this. Wow, this is awesome. Oh, it's a pool area. This whole area is a pool area. Another one of these community gardens. Ah, there we go. Porches. This guy's got a... That's a nice Porsche 911. Oh, I should mention that as well. It's not just... Also these parking areas. The parking area is also usually somebody else's plot of land that they just paved over and they're using as a parking lot. And I don't know how many more of these you'll see around, probably a few. But also these, yeah, the community kind of like pitches in, and the neighbors will pitch in and pay for this place to get like paved or cement, whatever you call it, and then they'll just use it together to park. And obviously when somebody buys this plot of land or the owner of this plot of land comes back, then they got to move their cars. But they got a Maserati there and a Porsche 911. Jeez. You know when you go to Costco and you're looking at the TVs and then you see the 70-inch TV and you're like, wait, why does this TV look tiny? And you realize it's because it's standing next to like the 120-inch TVs. So just relatively, it looks tiny. That's what it kind of feels like here, because the houses are so big, but compare it to like the 50,000 square foot houses. I'm like, these houses here are tiny. These are more normal ones. These are like 3,000 square foot mansions. Ah, little seating area. It's so funny. Like, this house is beautiful. Like, this house would be a multi-million dollar house in LA. Like a $10 million house in LA, right? It's crazy. So we're kind of at the edge of this Eurovilla neighborhood now, and you could see this yellow bridge. A little history. I could get this completely wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. This was the first bridge built by the French. Well, the first bridge ever, but it was built by the French. Before the amazing Chantilly Bridge, before the amazing Calrong Bridge, we had this yellow bridge that was used to connect the Haichao side to the Songcha Peninsula. And it's really, really solid. You can tell it's really, really solid because it was used to, you know, it was for army. So you had tanks and things going across this bridge. Since then, this has been converted to a walking bridge. So all the cars go on Chantilly behind and all the people walk on this yellow bridge. I've seen people set up like picnics there and just hang out. It's really cute. But if we lived here, we would walk Nala across this bridge. It's a really pleasant walk. And then on this side of the river, the opposite side of the river, at night, it's like popping. There's all these booths that get set up, these vendors, there's coffee shops, there's arts and crafts. We saw this place where you can get these ceramic figurines and then you can sit there and paint them. And Kim really wants to do that. If we lived in this neighborhood, we'd probably hang out on that side of the river a lot. We could take Nala with us, which is always a plus. This is what I mean by overgrown piles of trash. Now, there's one here at the edge, but when we first toured this place, or this neighborhood, it was basically that, but everywhere. And that's what turned us off to this place. 6 months is a very short period of time for them to turn this place around. Actually really impressed how clean and beautiful this place looks now. Obviously, there's still some areas like this. It's probably because it's at the edge, so they kind of like cleaned up the rest of the place and just shoved it all over here. But yeah, piles of trash. That's got to be one of the biggest greenhouses I've seen. It's huge. That's got to be like a 3,000 square foot greenhouse here. You can kind of see the roof of that here. Guessing everybody in this area uses that together to grow veggies and stuff. Wow, I love the architectural variety of this area too. Now, one of the other reasons that we really want to be here is this right here is a park. So it's a hill right here, but I'll show you guys the park and it's a really, really nice grassy area. Most nights we'll actually walk Nala here so that she can kind of just like play around. There's usually other dogs here as well, but then she can also like pee and poo in, you know, a big grass place instead of like in a tiny little patch near where we live. And it's not a long walk from where we live, but it's a slightly unpleasant walk just because we have to cross this like super busy street. But this is a view of what the park looks like. It's really, really big. Let me give you guys a view of the other side of that hill. There's a gate on this side as well. So you have security at every opening of this place. I know that they're trying to do a lot with this park. Again, we've only been here for 6 months, but the changes that we see are pretty incredible. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I also want to point out, do you guys hear that street noise? This is the busy street. We were literally right there, and just that small difference dampened so much of the noise. We thought living in a house so close to the busy street would be extremely noisy. But yeah, very quiet where we were. I don't know if this is the name of this place. Oh, it just says Sontra Danang, so it's not the name of this place. It's just the name of this entire neighborhood. This sign is relatively new. You can see like there's pizza and burgers, ice cream, coffee, spicy noodles. This sign, they just put it up. But those signs are pointing to that area back there. I hope you guys can kind of see it. But there are some shops. They're not open right now, but there are some of those like, I don't know what to call them, stalls? They're like trailers almost, like food trucks, but without an engine. But they're lined up over there, and at night, they all open up. It's pretty empty here, to be honest. I think it's like a new place that hasn't really been discovered yet. But you can see this huge grass area. There's sometimes kids that are on like motorized scooters that are like playing around. Or you know those like, what do you call them? They're like go-karts, but like Lambos and Hummers, and they ride around in those. And then you could see on this side, they're building kind of like an amusement park for kids, like across the bridge, on the other side of this bridge. So there's so much development going on in Danang. But the weird thing is most of these places, if you go to them, they're like completely empty. So we walk Nala here at night. She pees and poos and she walks around and plays with some of the other dogs that are here. But other than the dogs, it's like completely empty. You'll see like 3 or 4 people here, and there will be like 10 shops open, and the amusement park's trying to be going. When I think about one word to describe Danang, overall for anything, it's potential. Like it'll get there. If you're here and you feel the energy and you feel the development and you see what's being built, it feels inevitable. I think that's a good way to put it. It feels inevitable, like it's gonna happen. Like Danang is gonna be the poppin' place in Vietnam. I mean, there's other great places in Vietnam as well, but not just in Vietnam. I think Danang is gonna be one of the most desirable vacation places in the world. So we're talking about Hawaii, Miami, Turks and Caicos, Danang. It's gonna happen. So we're back in Riverside. We're heading home now. I'm sweating. It's been rainy season, and this is a hot take, but I have loved rainy season. It's been so nice and cool in Danang. It actually hasn't rained too much. If it does rain, it'll usually rain for like 2 hours during the day, and then the rest of the day will just be like super cool. So I personally have loved rainy season. Nala has loved rainy season, except when she has to poo in the rain. But if we live here, she can just poo in our yard. We don't have to walk to a place for her to poo in the rain. I did get a little bit of intel of this neighborhood. I was thinking, who are the people that have this kind of money to live in this neighborhood? Obviously in Vietnam, the wealth gap is a lot more wide, right? Because we're talking again about houses that cost $30,000 compared to houses that cost $10 million. And at first I thought, because this place is called Eurovilla, it's gonna be mostly foreigners. I thought it was gonna be Koreans, Americans, Westerners, Chinese, whatever, just global rich people living in this area. And I was wrong. Going through this area, it's mostly Vietnamese people. It's mostly Vietnamese people. And I wondered, who are these people? So I asked around, and I found out that the majority of the people that buy houses here are people from Hanoi. There's some from Ho Chi Minh City, but mostly from Hanoi. So Hanoi is known kind of as like the rich city of Vietnam. And Danang is actually considered a very desirable place to live, even for people in Vietnam. So people that live in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, it's considered a luxury to be able to live in Danang. So a lot of these people, they'll either retire or they'll have businesses. Wow, it's a nice house. They'll have businesses in Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi that they don't have to be there on a day-to-day basis. Or this is like a vacation house for them here in Danang. Look, it's a pickleball court. We actually saw this pickleball court being built from our apartment. You can actually see our apartment. Can you see it? Where'd it go? It's up there. So we saw them building it. We thought they were gonna build another house, but they built pickleball courts. There are tennis courts here as well. I think there's 2. It's on the other end of the neighborhood. So I'm too tired to walk all the way over there, but there are a couple tennis courts here as well. I haven't seen anybody play tennis here yet. The pickleball court is every single night. It's pickleball. People are playing pickleball. So here are the townhouses, more townhouses that I was telling you about. Again, a lot cheaper. I saw 2 of them listed for around $500,000. So still very, very expensive for Vietnam and for Danang, but nowhere near these $8 million price tags we see on other houses. Wow. Every house is so unique. The styles are so different. I actually love that you have these kind of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air column type houses, and then you also have right next to it these super modern houses. Some people went ultra modern with like all glass. Some people incorporated plants. It's just all completely different. Range Rover. We're back on the main street here. Already you can hear the noise. Look how big this main street is. That's a thumbnail right here. Smile. Is that a cool house for a thumbnail? Should I go this way? Nah, that way's cooler. I mean, hopefully there's gonna be more units that we can tour here in Eurovilla. We only got to see 1. They said 2 is under construction, but 1, the owner might decide that they're not gonna rent it out anymore. So there's really only 1 under construction. He said that there was mold, which I'm like, even if they fix it, what if they don't do a good job? So I'm a little shaky there. Hopefully more units open up. I think this would be a great place to live, and I think the price is actually worth it. 45 million is about $1,700 or $1,800. I think it would definitely be worth it. Guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. Huge shout out once again to Awesome for sponsoring this channel and also being the first sponsor to this channel ever. The link is in the description below. Check it out if you're looking for incorporation, if you're looking for accounting, if you want to start your entrepreneurial journey. Again, it's 16% off, so now's your chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.